Grand Rising. What's going on, everyone? I'm gonna take a moment and get settled here. Today is Monday, and we are going to hear a very, very short story and to receive a message. So, if you haven't checked out, there are a few announcements. I love that some of the announcements on here. It says Wednesday's live is a continuation of Monday's talk, so I'm going to edit that. However, love donations and payments are always welcome here. I have my Venmo and PayPal account down below. Please feel free to connect with me on Instagram. Sometimes I put stuff on there that is not on my YouTube channel or on my Facebook page. I am streaming today on my business page. So if you are on my business page, I highly recommend you following the group, my Facebook group, and the link is in this, okay? This Facebook group is a very cool container where you have access to these live videos regularly. I go on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. And of course, like and subscribe to my YouTube channel, which the link is also there below. I will be teaching yoga at Empowered Wellness next Monday, and also the following Thursday evening at 7 p.m. And the Shamanic Sound Journey that I do with Anthony from GeneOhm Sound and Wellness, we're doing one tonight at 6 p.m. at metaStone, which is located in Wellsburg. And we are also going to be doing our Shamanic Sound Journey at Empowered this Saturday at 7 p.m. So I would love to see you there. In Wellsburg tonight, we're going to be going on a journey to meet your guide. So that was requested, and that's the one that we will be doing tonight at 6. Of course, I'm still with the Aspirant agency, and we go live on ClubHouse, but we did switch from 1 p.m. to 3 p.m. So throwing that information out there for you all. And thank you, everybody that has logged on. I hope you're having a wonderful Monday. Mine's been a little, and I never assume that I'm alone in all of that, okay? Especially with what's going on. This is the spring equinox. We're moving into spring, getting out of that deep emotional Pisces energy, moving into the fiery energy of Aries, of doing. And that full moon was a doozy, the full moon in Virgo, which really allows us to bring some logic, some overthinking sometimes, some very structured thinking inside of the emotions. But what I really want to invite is understanding that the emotions are a gauge. They are a form of communication from the soul, from the body to the mind, to help us better understand who we are and what's going on with us. So let's try not to get too caught up in that Virgo moon energy, and really create some space for us to enjoy what the emotions are bringing, and using that Virgo energy to really move forward in a way that feels right, without judgment to the emotions, without judgment toward maybe the things that we are looking to create now that we are getting into growing season. Yeah, planting seeds. So the very short story that I'm going to be sharing today is going to be followed with with some more background. So the story that I'm going to be sharing is called The Wise Man. So there was this wise man that lived on a mountain, and he served his community in grand ways. And people would go to this mountain to see this wise man, and they would share their experiences, and they would complain about their problems, and many times it was the same problems over and over again. And one day, the wise man told a joke, and everyone laughed. And after a couple of minutes, he told the same joke, and only a few laughed. And then he told the same joke again, and no one laughed the third time. And the wise man smiled and said, "You can't laugh at the same joke over and over. So why are you always crying about the same problem?" The moral of the story is that worrying will not solve your problems, okay? It's just going to waste your time and your energy. And I wonder, and I would love some comments down below, whether you're watching the live or whether you're watching later, how many times you have experienced the cycle of worry and how it catalysts these deep anxieties or uneasiness within us. And do we find ultimately that worrying itself, does worry solve the problem? Does worry make change happen in our lives? Most of the time, worry does not do that, because what worry is a feeling of uneasiness or being overly concerned about a situation or problem. It's excessive on what might happen, the could be's, the maybes. And in the midst of excessive worrying, we can find that sometimes this is where we suffer from high anxiety and maybe even panic attacks. So let's talk about for a minute some of the physical effects of worrying, all right? So worrying can cause the fight or flight response, the stress response, to go off in the body. The fight, flight, freeze, fawn, flood, fatigue response, all right? But beyond that, worry can make you physically ill. It can cause difficulty swallowing. It can cause dizziness, dry mouth, fast heartbeat, fatigue, headaches, inability to concentrate. It can cause irritability, muscle aches, muscle tension, nausea, nervous energy, rapid breathing, shortness of breath, sweating, trembling, twitching. It can cause chronic anxiety and outpouring of stress hormones, which can suppress your immune system. It can cause digestive disorders. It can cause chronic muscle tension, short-term memory loss, coronary artery disease. It can even cause heart attacks. So worrying, if excessive worrying and high anxiety go untreated, they can even lead into depression. And sometimes things even a little bit more serious. There is something to be said about the addiction that can happen with worry. There's something so easy about it. But if we take the time to really understand how worry affects us on a mental, physical, spiritual, emotional level, and we use logic, right? Because here we are. We're keeping in line with what's going on energetically, right? All of these big emotions coming up, that might cause worry, that might cause insecurity, that might cause lack mentality, that might cause all these things. The thoughts are turning, well, maybe I need to do this, and maybe I should be doing this, and maybe this isn't good enough, and maybe I'm not good enough, and what if they're judging me? And the worry. What if my life is coming to an end and I didn't fulfill my purpose? What if I'm not doing this right? What if I'll never be happy? What if I never find love? What if I'm going to be alone? I mean, what if I can't pay these bills? We are all at some level functioning on survival mode, okay, and trying to figure our lives out. And we have this opportunity to understand that worrying can only get us so far before it starts to destroy us. It starts to destroy our relationship with self, our self-love, and even our body, our muscle tissue, our memory, our hormonal system. Okay, it's going to start to break it down. So how can we begin to release? And ooh, breath is a delicious way to do it, is it not? How can we begin to let go of the worry and come back into the present moment and know that if there is a problem, that we can solve it, and that worrying probably isn't going to be the key to that? Yeah. Sometimes we are so used to worrying that we don't even know that we're doing it. Our mind is constantly going that it's almost like it speeds up so fast that we don't even know what we're thinking. Because I hear a lot of people, your body is under a lot of stress right now. No, I'm not stressed. I'm not stressed. We have become so used to worry and stress that sometimes we are completely out of tune with it. And so I really encourage people to understand um, excessive thought, excessive worry, thinking about the future, anything, thinking about the past, anything that is keeping you away from, for those of you that are watching me right now, listening to the sound of my voice and being in or out of whatever space you are, anything that's keeping you away from this present moment is a form of overthinking or worrying. And there's nothing wrong with that, because that is a part of the human experience. And what we are trying to encourage in this moment is this opportunity to bring health, wellness, peace, and happiness into your life by coming back here, here and now, in this moment, the only moment that really exists. Because you here, you exist here. You don't exist in the yesterday or the weekend. You don't exist in the worry of what needs to get done. You're here. And everything is going to work out in your favor, especially if we take the time to breathe and slow down and be exactly where we are and know that that is enough. Now, there are a lot of things that are going to bring balance into our lives outside of just breathing. It's like, okay, Alicia, I'm breathing. It's not working. We really do have to understand the multifaceted being that we are. So we are talking about, how's your nutrition? How's your caffeine intake? How did you sleep last night? Right? We don't want to keep blaming ourselves constantly. Okay, I can't meditate. That's the issue. No, you're a multifaceted being. There are a lot of factors that could be involved in this inability to come back into the present moment, in this stress state that you might be experiencing regularly. Okay, so we want to think about exercise. Are you getting movement? Are you moving? Movement is going to get the mind and body connected rather than just allowing the mind to do its thing. Okay. When we create connections, we're able to escape the chaos that the mind can sometimes cause. Are you moving? Are you stretching? That might help. Are you breathing? That might help. Are you watching what you are eating? Because the gut produces like 90% of your serotonin production. Okay. So how is your nutrition? Are you participating in relaxation techniques? A nice bath, a nice stroll. I love to just lay or sit and stare up into the sky. There's something so relaxing about looking at the expansiveness and realizing how small I am. Sorry about that. Also understanding that if there is a worry and it is serious, to figure out if it's within your control or not. Be honest. Is this within my control? Yes or no? If not, it's not in your control. There's nothing you can do. If it is, then problem solve. Be creative. Sit down. Okay, this is the issue. My finances might look like this. My health might look like this. My relationship looks like this. What is going to be my plan of action? You are absolutely able to fix, to hone in on any problem that is within your control. And for anything that is out of your control, it can be hard, especially for some of us that like to be in control of everything. But this is a practice that everybody has to go through, everybody has to learn, and nobody is perfect at. If I have control issues because of a traumatic experience from my childhood, it's not going to be easy for me to just fix it like that. It's just not. That's a part of who I am. And so I have to learn how to live with it and learn how to ease it. Yeah. And the first thing I have to do is accept that that is the reality of who I am. It makes me uneasy when I feel like I don't have to control, when I don't have control. So what tools and techniques can I use to let myself let go of that control and to come back into the present moment and to problem solve with what is within my ability? Okay. I also feel like making sure that you have a strong support team within your friends and making sure that if you need a therapist or a counselor, making sure that you have that. There's no shame in that. Sometimes there's a lot of stigma around mental health. Throw that in the trash, you know? Do what's right for you. Be the parent, be the advocate for yourself that you've never had so that you can call in the health and wellness that you are seeking, the happiness, the balance, the peace that you are seeking. Nobody can tell you how to live your life, and there is not one right way. We're all just a bunch of kids in adult bodies trying to figure our way out here and learning from some of the greatest teachers of all times and sometimes learning from some of the worst teachers of all times, but learning nonetheless. It's not easy, okay? But it's worth it and you can do it. If I can do it, you can do it. I'm not special. I have the same body made up of the same material as you. I do. Um, so in this moment, what I would love to do is I would love to take 5 deep breaths with you. Okay. So we're going to sit, stand, walk, whatever, however you are showing up here, whatever feels accurate for you. You don't have to sit down and close your eyes to take nice, full, deep breaths and feel the benefit of it. Okay. You can be wherever you are. But we're going to take a nice, full exhale. Force all of that breath out of your body here. Maybe move the ribs. Inhaling. That's one. All the way out. Inhaling in. Exhaling out. Inhaling. We're going for 4. If you have the time and space and feel safe, what on this next inhale, we're going to shrug the shoulders up towards the ears. Ready? Inhaling, contracting the body, exhaling, opening up, dropping those shoulders down, feeling that space in between the neck and shoulders, maybe moving, stretching, continuing to breathe. Sometimes it's nice to feel the face, to feel the hair, the scalp, touching the neck and the shoulders, the arms, getting a little bit of mind-body connection here just through touch. Touch is a powerful modality. The skin is the largest organ in the body, on the body, in the body. Sometimes a little tapping, sometimes a little little playfulness here. Maybe down through the legs. Everything is okay. Your feelings are not too big. Allow them to come up and out to deliver whatever message you are seeking. You don't have to identify with sadness. You don't have to say, I am sad. You can say, I'm feeling sad. The emotion of sadness is present with me today. You can separate yourself from it. You don't have to say, I am angry. I am frustrated. You can say, frustration is here and I'm sitting with it to figure out what's going on with me right now. I think there might be something that I'm ignoring. There might be a boundary that's being crossed that I'm not paying attention to. Maybe there's growth that is calling from within me that I'm not standing up to, that I'm not owning. Maybe I'm doing a lot of negative self-talk here. Negative self-talk is here today, so I'm going to have to give myself a little extra love and grace today. Knowing that we don't have to be the same person following the same routines that we have the day before, that we can create new routines and we can create newness and we can be exactly who we are in each and every moment, knowing that we are ever changing and ever growing and that that's okay, that that's natural. If you look around at all parts of nature, everything is growing and changing. It's a part of it. And it's safe and it's okay. And know that you're not alone. Okay? You're not alone. I've had some super big feelings this week. I've had some very tough emotions come out, some tough judgments on others and on myself. And when I accepted that that's where I was able to hear them a little bit more clearly and then able to let them go or to implement whatever is needed for me to come back into my center, back into my moment. So just please know you're not alone. Okay. And now's a great time to figure out what tools work for you. Like, what is your recipe for peace? What is your recipe for balance? Is it feeling? Is it crying? Is it bath? Is it Netflix movie? What is it? Discover it. Discover you. Get to know you. That is the process of self-love. So thank you all so much for joining me. Again, if you are on my Facebook page, please check out the link to the Facebook group because I do go live on there Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays. And I don't go live on my Facebook business page too often. So check out my YouTube channel if you want to check that out. Find me on Insta. And thank you as always for spending this time with me. You are so deeply loved. And I hope you guys are enjoying the sunshine that's coming out now. All right. Bye.